One, we're live.
We are live, and you are tuned in to the Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles morning radio show, Prime Time, brought to you by the United Empires of Aquivalon. And I want you all to tune in, subscribe, like, and share because we're going to be diving in to the conversation on the Rodney Hinton Jr. topic. If you all haven't seen it, we're going to dive into it. 18-year-old son shot and killed by a police officer and the father sought vengeance. What do you all think? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about it.
Warning, the following program contains strong black first opinions about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only, the one or none. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Don't y'all love that intro? Shout out to Pablo X and Queen Kathy B. Don't y'all just love that?
Yes.
Just a
So,
great way to start.
can y'all hear me?
Absolutely, Queen.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Making sure we there. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead, talk.
No, you are heard. Go ahead. You all are here. Y'all here live with the United Empires of Aquivalon for the Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles morning radio show.
Peace.
We have Queen Tina Berry with Straight No Chaser with the Queen here. We've got Queen Kathy B here. D Mays with Mind Games Uncut, and myself,
Y'all brought me
Angelina.
back out.
Yeah, Mind Games has been on sabbatical from social media, but we're here. We're here to have this conversation. And we want to keep it real. So we want to hear what you all have to say. And let's come with some logic. Let's come with some solutions. And let's dive in. Panel?
Okay, before we get started, I was trying to, I'm on my phone, so I was trying to get the video where the grandfather, so the name is Rodney Hinton Jr., and his son was Ryan Jr., Ryan Hinton. And my understanding from what I read is that um, he I heard the cousin saying that he wasn't even supposed to be out there, blase. The white cops do what they usually do. They yell he has a gun. There is no proof he had a gun. And even if he did, the picture, hold on, I'm gonna play this before I show the picture. I'm putting up the copyright. This is for educational purposes, fair use. So if you look, hold on. Did I get the picture? Give me 1 second. The photo right here, I don't have the whole video. The photo that everybody they finally released the video, and the photo shows the young man running away from the cop. And then you hear the cop yell, he has a gun, and commits to shooting him. The typical this and that of white police officers. Even if he had a gun, it wasn't pointed at him. And America has this stigma that black people are not allowed to carry weapons or something. So, either which way, if you look at the video when the family gave a press conference, the grandfather got on there bootlicking as usual and saying he he wants the people to forgive his son for running the deputy over. I don't know if y'all seen that video.
No, I didn't see
This
that.
is
But the
this.
cop he on alive wasn't the one that on alive his son,
No,
correct?
he what I think happened is that he was thinking about what happened. Like he did one of theirs. They don't care if we're the ones that did anything. It never stopped white people from burning down a black town, long as it was somebody black that was punished. And I think he
Queen,
just took.
Queen. They
Yeah.
said that. They said they were all at the police station looking at the body cam footage, and he got really upset. And then they let him calm down for a while. And then he got in the car, I guess, to leave, and he snapped. So it was seeing the
And
body
so,
cam footage that triggered everything.
mhm. And so here's the thing, though. With that being said, I really don't think that he left out of there. Like, clearly, he was in a horrible state of mind, as any of us would be. But I don't think he left out of there with the intent to target any police officer. I think the police officer was there, guiding traffic, and he just had that state of mind, and he just snapped. Okay, I
Exactly.
possibility. But here's the thing. So he snapped. And that's really all you can say about that. Because for me, if it reminded my husband, my king and I were talking about this, if it were me, there's no vindication for the loss of his son. Like you've killed somebody that had nothing to do with
Unalive.
the situation. I'm sorry, I forgot we playing this YouTube game. I forgot, yeah, we playing this game, word game. Okay, my bad. So that's what happened. But I think that I would not want, because we see it too many times. Like it can happen to any of us. Nobody ever thinks that this is going to hit home until it does. So I think that understanding that, we have to say, unfortunately, what if this happened? Like, so for him to possibly spend the rest of his life in jail, or even extended amount of time, because I don't think it was premeditated. I mean, and there's no vindication for your son. So why not, if we have the understanding and we're so bent as we should be about what's happening in our streets with our young children, the police officers, then there needs to be a strategy. Because if it was me, then the police officer that killed, that unalive this young man, is still walking free. Is there going to be a
As
day?
usual, they're
Maybe
never
not.
punished. And then they just showed no sympathy. I tried to play the video, but they also intimidated the brother. When the brother came to trial, I think it was unfair and it's bullying, and it just shows white supremacy at its finest when they filled the seats of the courthouse at his hearing to try to intimidate him. And I wanted to play this other video, and it was another YouTuber that said it made him proud to see how the father stepped up to them when they came and filled the seats. And you see mostly white officers, and we keep saying it's not about race. You can clearly see this is about race. They want to make it look like it's the police against citizens, vice versa, but it's clearly a bunch of white people who have taken the law in their hand to use their laws to unalive us. I want to play this. This is the police. I don't know if I don't guess it. I guess I didn't download the video. But why were they allowed to come and
It's,
see how they stick together?
of course, blue code.
It
Yeah,
makes no sense.
I'm
And
looking
they
to see
act
if I
like
seen
there's
any
no
melanated
reason for us
people.
to be, yeah, they act like there's no reason for us to be mad because it constantly happens over and over again with them. And we never really have a justice system. I'll play it again. And this wasn't even part of it. And then when the brother stood up and came to court, it was maybe a couple of black people. They bombarded him and rushed him out the courthouse because he yelled to his brother that I'm here for you, I'm here, and they all tried to intimidate him. And this happened to a guy in my town that they call the cop chaser, Mr. Kevin Time, and he always filmed the police. And then when he finally got convicted of something, they did the same stunt. And this is police intimidation. The family should sue, and the judge shouldn't allow anything like that to happen. And
And that's what I'm
Now,
saying. I
what
think
city
it's
this
going to
what
keep
city this was in?
happening.
What state?
This was in Chicago,
Oh, Ohio.
I'm not, I forgot.
Ohio.
I
I
think
can't tell you.
Ohio, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we understand, unfortunately, this is what's happening. Like, I'm sorry, I don't condone violence. I do believe, at a certain extent, an eye for an eye, and you can take it however you want. I'm not condoning violence, but
Exactly.
here's my thing though. Like, that man was somebody, he had nothing to do with anything. So if one of us had a family member that was a police officer, and that was him being ran down, like, that's not okay. My thing is, if that's the case, like, I'm coming for yours. I'm not just coming for you.
Well, that's what
I'm coming for
and that's
yours.
what it was. It's like really, I understand he wasn't the officer that did it, and right now we're at war, and that's what we have to understand. These people don't care what black person they kill. Well, excuse me, unalive. They don't care, and it doesn't matter to them who it is. It never mattered to them what black town they burned down. Look at all the stories of this black towns that's been burned down or flooded, all because supposedly one black person winked, never hurt or did something to one white woman, and the whole town, the whole town paid for it. Generational wealth, inventions, cars, property. How many times has this happened to us?
Yeah, it's in Cincinnati, Ohio. I see the thing over there.
Okay.
But this happened.
But
This happened
that's what I'm
like
saying. But
this just happened.
you have white, there have been white cops that if other white cops don't go along, like, they're a target too. Like, if you are
They
a
never stopped
hateful,
them.
satanic person, like, that's what you are. That's my thing. I want to see the video footage with the other three people, because it's not okay. I'm not a police officer. I don't know what it's like. I don't think I would want to put my life on the line like that. I don't think I would. And there's a lot of things, even lawyers,
Our people
judges.
put our lives on the line
Let
patrolling our own neighborhoods too.
exactly. I want to say this
But
real
we
quick.
don't.
I want to, yes, we do. But I want to say, let me say
Yes,
this
we
real quick.
do.
I
That's
just
why
want to
we
say
have the
from a,
Black Panthers and all that other stuff. We didn't ask them to patrol our neighborhoods. We didn't ask the CIA and the government to make our neighborhoods corrupt. They blame us for the neighborhoods being corrupt and destroyed, but they're the ones that did it. You take away wealth, you create poverty, then you dump guns and drugs, and you create the crime so that they can get the jobs that they have now. What were you gonna say, D-Man?
I was saying, I was speaking from a a black father. So I'm gonna play devil advocate. I'm gonna hit it on two sides. I'm gonna hit on both sides. So first off, they did the car stolen. Yes or no? That was a fact. The car was stolen, right? Correct.
No, my understanding, the brother, I don't know, because I was trying to play the video in the press conference. The cousin said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. He got locked out the house. I can't, you got to go back to the press conference right here. And the cousin said he wasn't supposed to be out there.
Okay.
He was kept calling him, and the cousin was crying, saying he wasn't supposed to be out there. I don't know if he just sat in the car or what, or he was. They said he wasn't supposed to be there. So they were saying he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe with the wrong person. I'm not really sure, but that's what I gathered from the press conference when the cousin kept saying he called me over and over again. He got locked out the house. He wasn't supposed to be in the car.
That was saying because for the police to pull you over, they
But
had to
who's
miss.
to say they pulled him over though?
No,
What
exactly.
that my
Not the guy, but
They
because
whoever
they
pulled the
don't.
car over.
who was
Yes,
driving.
they never tell the whole story.
Yeah.
No, and they don't. And that's the thing. And that's why I think a couple weeks ago, I'm not being funny. Like, it sounds corny, but I brought the legal shield up thing because I think we need to have our children. We need to understand the law. It's not where, I don't have to show my ID. Where's your ID? All this stuff. Like, we need to really understand the lingo. And the bottom line is, if the car was stolen, it's probable cause. If people are getting out, and I'm not justifying this. People are getting out of the car running. Even if they're planting a gun, I think if I was a crooked cop, I would always have
But
a
you see the
weapons and
picture. You see the picture. He even if did he have a gun? Even if he did,
But why did they
what?
run though?
that's what I'm saying
Why
though.
you run? You can't. Yeah.
My thing
That you
is, he even if he ran, it's still no justification for shooting him in the
No,
back.
I get it. I get it. You're right. My thing.
We always have to make excuses of why we do this way when we see these white people I've seen a video of these white men tasing, fighting with the police. We see this all the time. They're never unalive for acting human. He ran because we know that usually when you get pulled over by the cop, you could not come home that night.
Facts. Some will say what I would say.
I
So
agree.
I'm not gonna talk about. I don't know why this is popping up on my thing. What is it? Share your referral link. I don't know what that is. Maybe something new on YouTube. But damn, it's in the way. 'Cause I can't see the rest of the comments. Anyway, I told my I got two boys. Of course, they're grown now, 30, 24. And I always told them when they was young, like teenagers and stuff, they started driving. I said, listen, I understand. Like I just this me as a father. I can't speak for other ones, but the thing is, I tell my boys when you drive, especially by yourself, and it's late night, or not even not late night, just it be daytime. If a car get behind you, make sure I don't care. You can be on the phone with me. Let them just keep riding until you get to a gas station or a convenience store somewhere with lights and cameras. Because if you stop on a dark road, they can do whatever. I don't care if they do got
Yeah, they
goddamn
do it with cameras on, and we see it with
exactly.
our own eyes.
And the other
So
thing I
you just
say
want them to get so that we can see it happen on camera. There's
exactly.
too many videos with it. It doesn't matter where
Yeah,
we are. We watch the videos with them black men compliant, and they're still unalive.
exactly. Another thing too, don't
I'm
I finna
sick of
say
that too.
how what I finna say oh man, I lost my train of thought. So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
pull over to a gas station with cameras. If people around, that's good. Make sure you have all your stuff easy to get. I tell you, put your stuff on the dashboard. A lot of black men tell a lot of black boys this, like they have like mentoring classes, like they put your have your. Now the crazy part about I know here in Georgia, you don't even have to have your ID and stuff on you because they can read everything from the tag. They can tell if your tag, your car registered. They'll know pretty much everything. But if you drive like your parents' car, it's different. But still, you need to have your ID like on the dashboard or something, or close enough you can grab it. And another thing too, man, your friends, you got. I'm just keeping it real. That's how I am. I think a lot of stuff we gotta. The people we hang with too, man. You might have some people you gotta let go too, because a lot of people we hang with might have a warning on them, and it might bring heat on us, and we ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure this brother probably was a good guy, like you said, but the guys with him, we don't know nothing about them guys and stuff. I'm playing two sides of them.
But to me,
Yeah.
you're making excuses for them to be racist. It's
No, no, no.
time
I
for
make
us to
excuses for
stop
no, no.
doing this.
I'm just
You
saying
know,
them.
like we have to do, like what you're saying. We have a whole plan to stay alive. This is walking the green mile. That's the green book all over again, just modern day green book. We got to go this route.
Yeah,
Don't go there. Don't stop at the sundown town. Don't do this. Don't do
exactly.
that. I'm sick of that shit.
I feel.
So,
I'm
but
gonna
That's
I
say
think
why I don't.
another thing I want to
D-Mace
say
is
too
making a
is
very valid point, though.
yeah,
He's making a very valid point where I don't think it's playing, making excuses.
But it
But if
doesn't
you
matter.
know,
What we're
but
in 2025. Everybody has done those same steps that D Mays is talking about. Well, we forgetting Philando Castile. He
yeah,
wasn't with nobody. He did everything. He complied, and he still was unalive.
yeah. I'm saying that's something we can't help.
right,
Another
but
thing
with
too,
this though,
one thing we gotta stop doing too is, and the women do it too. Listen, man. Don't when I'm just gonna pull you over. You don't have as a black person, you don't really have no rights. So don't get loud. Don't be like, what did I do and all that. Don't do all that. Just comply. Like I said, if they do that stupid shit, I mean, you can't get
But
no
you're
control
saying
over that.
comply.
But
Every shooting that we seen, black people have complied, and they still was unalive.
yeah, but some of them be loud as hell. Like, man, what I do? I'm like, now,
Because they have a
I
right
think
to
the point that
talk.
D Mays was making though was that when like the people that you hang around, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to jail for nobody. You call it a snitch or whatever. Nigga, if I get in the car with you and I don't know it's stolen, I don't know you got drugs, they're not my
yeah,
drugs. I won't say what they are, but they're not mine. I need a ride. I do know this person. I'm not going down with you. I'm
yeah,
not. And so if that's a company that you're keeping, doesn't make these people bad people, but it's a bad situation at
But
any
y'all are
given time.
jumping ahead of the gun because nobody said that he was riding with anybody bad. We cannot prove that the car was stolen. That's just rumors, just like they said he had a gun. Do you
yeah.
not see this picture? If he had a gun, they yelled he had a gun. Where do you see the gun?
Now I'm gonna speak on this. Now, even if he had a gun, a cop can't shoot you in the back when you're running. You got to turn around and point that gun. So even if he
And
had
just like
one,
a cop can't search
yeah,
the car without probable cause, whether they
exactly,
got drugs in it or not. But the
exactly.
problem is that, like you were saying, Angie, we need our own black legal what is it? The when you call
Legal
someone,
team.
that's what we're
Yeah, like a legal shield
Chill,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a black legal shield. I always said it, and this is why I wanted to create the. This is why I really created the micronation, and I wanted, and this is why we're creating our own black military so that we can have someone to call. Because remember, go back. We are so lost, and they make sure the past keeps getting erased. The reason for the Black Panthers and they were patrolling was because of this stuff. Once they got rid of the Black Panthers and everybody on the street, they had a free for all. Remember, the Black Panthers started carrying guns because they've been doing this stuff to us. So
Exactly.
black people had our own protection on the street. We need our own protection back on the street. And I'm gonna play this video to show you, like, a lot of people are cheering on the dad because finally somebody, instead of sitting up here giving excuses, and somebody did something back. Because you take mine, I don't give a care who, which one of y'all it is. It's time. I've been saying, when we start giving them the energy they give us, they're gonna start thinking twice. They came in there to intimidate him, and this is what they got.
Tonight, the father of a teen fatally shot by Cincinnati police Thursday, now behind bars, after investigators say he killed a deputy from another department the next day with his car.
There is a connection between these two incidents.
38-year-old Rodney Hintn Jr. is charged with aggravated murder. Prosecutors say he intentionally struck a recently retired Hamilton County deputy who was on traffic patrol.
I've got an officer now.
A makeshift memorial today at the intersection. The deputy, just identified by the sheriff's office as Larry Henderson, later died at the hospital.
He was so well liked and so well known.
A courtroom full of law enforcement Saturday as Hinton faced a judge. His team in court calling this an emotionally charged situation. Hinton making a hard-to-hear comment to deputies while being escorted out in handcuffs. The crash happened just hours after he joined a meeting with Cincinnati police to review body camera video of his son's death, according to the attorneys hired by the family to investigate the police shooting. The video, now publicly released from two different angles, shows 18-year-old Ryan Hinton being shot and killed Thursday morning by a city police officer.
He's got to go.
Investigators say the teen pointed a gun at Cincinnati officers responding to a call of a stolen vehicle.
Do you see him running away? When did he
Yeah,
point the gun at him? And I
exactly.
love the way that the dude, they tried to intimidate him. That his daddy is the most. I give him
Hey,
respect.
they
I
did
don't
like
know
fuck
what
that.
happened with the deputy, and I feel sorry that all this is war, and there's going to be casualties at war. So if the deputy was a good deputy, I'm sorry, but right now we're at war. It's
Yeah.
okay for them to go over there and give guns and stuff to Israel so they can unalive the Palestinians and stuff. So right now we are at war, and some people,
And
until this war ends, I'm not feeling sorry. And then
yeah,
they tried to intimidate him, and he was the only black man holding up his head, and it looked like they got back intimidated. And that's
exactly.
the attitude they don't want black people to have. Because if we had a lot of that energy in our black men today, they would not keep getting away with unaliving us.
Hey, pull up the
And I
comments.
agree. But here's the thing, though.
Magical T put saying she been in a comment and he post some of her stuff
Thank
up.
you for
Appreciate that.
tuning
Make sure you
in,
share this
Quinn.
live too. Yeah, I will say, yeah, now going to the part I want to talk about now. I've been saying this for a while, like, even of all the brothers who've been unalive over the last decade or even before then, a lot of time black people doing too much praying and marching and screaming at
And
Jesus
hold
and
on. And
yeah,
that's what the grandfather was saying. The grandfather in the press conference come out, we just all need to get along. And I want us to please forgive our family for the deputy. Did they give a damn about your grandson? Did
exactly.
anybody, those officers came in there to intimidate a man who lost his son, and they didn't care one tear. But go ahead.
But them old heads like that, them Lord Democratic shields. I hate to say it, like they believe in that praying and marching and we shall overcome and that don't put their hands up, don't shoot. I didn't like that. I can't breathe. I didn't like that. I know they were trying to symbolize the brothers that passed, but I think that was a sign of weakness. I always, a lot of black people thought that. I never said don't shoot and all that crap. So yeah, so I said this a while back, and shout out to Urban H TV because they said the same thing. Black people know what they got to do. I'm saying that so I'm gonna get us in trouble. We know what we had to do, and it finally happened. Like you said, it's war, and and they always be the innocent. His captors is in war, and he happened to, like I said, this guy might have been a good guy. For all I know, the way it sounded, he retired and stuff like that, and it kind of messed up that he lost his
But
life.
they always say that they good. I
Exactly,
ain't
yeah.
never
Well, he might
seen
have
them
did some
say they
dirt,
were
yeah.
bad.
Exactly. I don't know the man from Adam, but yeah. Well, like you said, war is war, and people, even so-called innocent people, lose their lives in wars, and yeah. And this had to happen so people, these cops will know, like, see, the brother, he 38, so he's not old enough to remember the Black Gorilla family. You had the Black Panthers and all them, but you had the Black Gorilla family out in California. See, that was their motto. Their motto was like, if you take out one of our people, we take out two of yours. You know what I'm saying? And they was in prisons in California doing that. Like if a guard kill unalive a black inmate, they'll go after their family, or they'll take out one of the correctional officers. So this what this brother did. He pretty much used the Black Gorilla family method back from the 60s and 70s. I let my plane.
And I think that a lot of black men. I'm not inciting anything, but we are foolish to believe that we're not at war, and we're foolish to believe that we're going to sympathize. That's the problem. They got us docile while we sit up here and line our kids up to fight wars that has nothing to do with us. The wars, our kids are wearing uniforms for the United States government, going unaliving people they know nothing about. They don't know. They shooting missiles. They're unaliving people. They're going in other people's country and land, and they're laying over here, and their own brothers and sisters are being unalived with their natural uniforms, this black skin, this melanated body, and they're going over there, and we're working every day while we work every day while they take our taxes and they send billions and millions and billions of dollars to other countries so that they can unalive each other for their cause. And then they sit back and then they want us to be mad at this black man for unaliving somebody that had on a uniform who has been a war that uniform has been used as war against us. When you put on that uniform, then when you look at the video, look at look at this video again with the people in the courtroom. We're the main black people. They always want us to seem like we're included, but why is it not just as many black people in there as it is white people?
Exactly. You didn't see black cops in there. And don't get it twisted. You got black cops that believe in that blue code. Now I know a couple of them.
That's what I'm saying. They got us fighting things
I see
that
a
is
black
not
head.
helping
I
us.
see him on the head. I saw a black ball head right
Yeah,
there.
you see
it was a
one,
black
right?
woman that was escorting him. If you look at I'm gonna just play another clip. When you
Tonight,
look
the
at
father of a teen fatally shot by Cincinnati police Thursday, now behind bars after investigating.
letting them know he ain't
Yeah,
got
yeah,
nothing
yeah. They had a
he,
lot of respect there. Like, yeah,
yeah, and that's what I seen the other. I was trying to play the video. It said my file too large, but the other black commentary, I mean, the black TikToker said that he felt that because he said he was like the justice they give us ain't justice. He got his own justice. So no matter what they did to him, he got a taste of his own justice because the
yeah,
justice system for black people is a joke.
facts.
You
It'll
know
be honest,
what? You
nobody don't
said something,
respect us, and
Queen.
nobody don't respect the black man either. Like I said, I'm not going
They
to.
not going to respect until the black men start picking up Rodney Hinton Jr.'s attitude. What you say, the guerrilla warfare attitude,
Yeah, the
Black
Black Gorilla
Panther
family, yeah.
attitude.
Yeah, the Black Gorilla
But you
family.
know
They
what,
used to
Quinn,
do that
you
back in the
said
60s.
something earlier as far as like with this is war, and it is. But the thing is that with war, it's strategic. Like you had World War I, World War II, you had Middle East war, all those things, and it popped off when we saw it. But it was a lot of years in the making. There was a whole lot of covert things. And I'm saying that because, like with this situation, I'm sorry, I'm not making excuses. But for me, and again, I'm not trying to condone violence. I'm going to watch what I say here. And I'm not suggesting that this is a plan of mine. But let's write a book real quick. If this happened in a book, I would write a story like this. So this happened to my child. And so now I'm coming for your child. I'm coming for your spouse. Like, I'm not just going to take your life because you did this. I want you to feel the pain like I feel. And so taking you out because you did this to my child. No, you have to feel that pain. That's war. That's warfare. That's strategy. You know, with the situation with the United Healthcare CEO that got unalived in the streets. I'm a nurse. Okay, so he got unalived. That makes no difference. I have patients that I take care of that have wounds that need care. And because they have United Healthcare, they can't get care. Like, we're dismissing them and nobody will take them. And when they do take them, it's just the least of the least, the bottom of the barrel care. How does that make sense? And my point to
And the
that is
CEO
they
making
took him
millions.
out, but they took him out and you still growing heads.
So
we had to think strategically.
Mhm.
If we're going to be taking people out, then it really is an eye for eye. They don't.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of them
These
care
are what
about
you
when
call
they say they did.
battles in the war. Right now, I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm gonna just say this: Austin Metcalf, black boy defending himself. They
Yeah, I'm about to
mad.
say something about that too. Yeah. So the thing
But,
is, now you got that going on, that trial going on now. This right here. So this is gonna kind of the tension is gonna, of course they're gonna sell it. They're gonna try to push it, and and people say, "Oh, gonna push to a race war." It's always been a
It's
race war.
already been a
Exactly.
race war.
So black people
It's
don't
been
fall
black
for the open
against
dope now.
blue.
Yeah, don't fall
That's
for
what they don't understand. They have taken our people and it's black against blue. If our people can sign up for military and go unalive people in another country, and while your neighborhoods are being tore down by our own people because their mental health has been destroyed by the government on purpose,
it.
we get no help, we get no reparations. The Jews walking around with our tax money because they get reparations when nothing that what the Jews went through happened on American soil. So why are we paying for them? And we argue every day that we should get reparations. We are
Yeah.
living in a damn twilight zone.
Yeah.
So if our people can sit up here and send our tax money, I just got off of work. When they take taxes out my check, they gonna decide where that money goes to, and it never goes to our community.
Exactly. BlackRock gonna get it, and Vanguard, and the Federal Reserve.
And that's a problem. Like, we're so angry as we should be, but we have
Yes, and it's
blue.
just
You know,
more.
the
A blue, a blue uniform went down. It was the red coats and the blue coats. Now it's the black skins against the blue coats. They lost a blue coat.
Oh, best believe they're gonna be thinking about this, like, oh shit, we can't be like, now how many other Rodney Hinton Juniors out there?
But
You know
they
what I mean?
need to. They
Exactly.
need
No,
to until they clean up their own front door. It's going to be more. See, right now they got what we call the YNs. I call them the YBs, young boys, not young
exactly. Yeah, we talked
NIGGs.
about that on
They
program
them,
yesterday.
they got the YBs unaliving each other. But the
Yeah,
more and more the YBs start unaliving the people who's really a threat to them, then that's when the war gonna be on. For right now, they got us
yeah,
praying to Jesus and looking the other way and trying to just forgive it. It's nothing to forgive
and exactly.
until they make a change because they are in power. This is ridiculous when they went in that courtroom and what they did to that right here in the courtroom, and they're all there because a white man went down. They care less about black people. They care less about a young black boy who had potential. They didn't get to know that black boy. It's many a times that these school shooters walk away unharmed. They want to paint us as the threat when that is the threat what we're seeing. The threat is a white man in a uniform because you don't know when if he's racist or not. And that's what we face every day.
Yep. And yeah, the thing is, they know that black people don't have no political nor economic power to really push anything. We don't have judges and stuff, so that's the only thing you can do, but you still
We
need
got them. We just need to stop electing these bootlicks
exactly.
and Sambos just so that we could say it's a black body in there. We need to start waking up. These people ain't doing. These black people in power ain't doing nothing for us.
Exactly. Now you know what's gonna happen now. Since when the brother the situation with Carmelo, you didn't see Crump and now that I know it because I've been on social media for a while, but I don't think Al Sharpton and them even touched that, but they're gonna touch this right here because the brother got on alive. So yeah, they could probably
Nobody
touch
even want to hear from them. Them, but Al Sharpton, the NAACP,
mush mouth.
ALC, ain't none of this stuff that changed nothing. The only thing that's gonna change that's done made them think is this black man who ran his car into that
And
deputy
see,
car because he was attacking the uniform,
And,
not the person. Just like they attack the skin color, they don't care
exactly.
nothing about
You know
us.
what? My fault. I might take that back because Al Sharpton and them, they believe in that forgive. So they probably ain't gonna jump on there because the father retaliated. They ain't for that violence. So yeah, they too weak.
And
Like
then
my
y'all got to see the video. I wish it would have just loaded when the granddaddy sat up there like, we all got to get along, and you crying about your grandson, but you
he
asking a room full of white people to forgive your son for running over an officer.
didn't have on no
When they ain't
overalls, did
gave, they never give their condolences for nothing
No,
they do to
he?
us.
He didn't have on no
Name any time
overalls,
the
did
police.
he?
No, he looked like he looked at young. He looked
So
at it just as young as the daddy, maybe because I was looking at it
the
on my
daddy
phone.
38
But
years old, so the
name
daddy
any
probably
time
ain't
the
took the photo.
police have come up and say we are sorry, we apologize for unliving this young black kid. Did they ever apologize for Tamar Rice? No. All they do is
They
not
won't
take accountability, and they continue
look.
to make excuses, and then they lie. You see this picture right now, right here,
Mhm.
frame by frame. This is why the man went and ran his car, because they lie all the time. He got a gun. That is the white supremacist in a blue uniform. The KKK has taken over law enforcement. That's their code word. When you see this boy is not facing them.
Yep.
And what you don't see in the video is the car, and there's police at the other car. So what we have to worry about, what the America won't do, is start going through and doing background checks on these police officers or who are KKK members undercover who are out to take down a black body.
I want to make a challenge. So anybody that's listening, like, please like and share, especially if you know lawyers. I'm wondering where the black lawyers are that see these
Running
injustices
around talking
and
about the
say,
law says this. I know some black lawyers, and when you talk to a lawyer, they get confounded. Well, the law says this. Where's the black lawyers that's mad? Go ahead.
and that was my point. Like, where we every time something happens, we always, off the top of our head, we'd be like, here comes Benjamin Krupp. He's gonna show up, they're gonna show up. Like, that's the expectation. We're the lawyers, we're the people that are aligned and like-minded with us and open-minded with us, where you say, you know, you make a lot of money as a lawyer anyways. I don't care what you do, divorce law, criminal law, whatever you do. You make a lot of money and it's obscene. So where is the gratitude and paying it forward to where we see these situations and you're a lawyer and you don't want to just jump in and
Because
support
once they
somebody?
become lawyers, they get a taste of the white man faucet, the white, like they say, the white man ice colder, and then they start forgetting. This is why they don't teach Black history. This is why they didn't want CRT, because they don't want you to go in there and use your law degree against the system, and that's all it is. We're all the black lawyers. We're all the black cops. This is nothing but white supremacy. We already know that the KKK, white supremacy, has infiltrated law enforcement so that you can't touch them. These black lawyers are living a comfortable life and lying to themselves. What is it? Out of sight, out of mind. And that's the mentality a lot of black people and rich black people have taken. Not to be off subject, but just like this stuff that Trump is doing, everybody yelling, oh, he's getting rid of the Black Lives Matter on the streets. Oh, he's taking down the Smithsonian. Oh, he's doing this. Okay, Beyonce is charging us $1,000 for tickets to come see her. All these black
That
millionaires.
part.
How the hell we don't have? Why don't you go buy them artifacts?
She's
Why we don't
cooking.
have our own? We have forgotten to build our own because Martin Luther King tricked us with integration. My mom talks about it all the time when they got their head, when black people got their head knocked over just to go into white people's spaces. They eat nasty food. We know they can't cook. You remember the civil rights man said once he got there, the food wasn't good. Do we not realize that we infiltrated white supremacy? We had our own. We should have built our own. We were tricked to leave our own spaces to integrate with them, and we need to go back and build our own and stop trying to be with them, stop trying to be like them, and stop trying to think everybody gonna get along because the shit ain't happening. I land my plane.
I agree. And I think I'm again play devil's advocate. Maybe a lot of people, maybe some people don't understand the concept of white proximity, where people are as black, whatever melanated people, you just want to be the best you can be, and it looks like that sometimes. I think there, but then again, I think there's this stigma of discomfort, lack of validation and approval when we make a stance with things. I don't understand what the fear is. All somebody could do is tell you no, or screw off, or F you, or whatever you want to say. And then we're in our feelings. What we can't do is, I'm so sick of hearing the first black woman this, the first black man this.
Thank you.
Like we
were the first ones to do everything. It's a lot of us.
No more. Yeah, I don't say that no more.
Can you say how you know that? Let me tell you how that's factual. Because we are the salt of the earth. We've been here since the beginning. That is how that is possible. That we've done everything first. So when I hear the first black, and that was black, brown, Indian, all the goddamn melting.
Yeah, I know, man, because they make it sound so low, like we,
it's the first in their white supremacy world, and that's what we have to understand. And if we don't start building and we don't start holding our rich people accountable, our rich black people, we not have to only protest white supremacy. We have to protest a lot of these rich black people because they get rich off of us and they go about their way. How come Beyonce, Jay-Z, all them, Oprah, all them are not building schools and libraries and museums over here? We've been tricked to send our money over to Africa. Africa has 54 countries. We only got a couple of neighborhoods in America that we can build and make it a Mecca, make it where America needs to, what it needs to be is the black Mecca. And then we can help them. But Africa needs to help themselves. And I know that's going to be our next show.
Yeah, shout out to the brother, that's the name of that country. Burkina Faso, I think. Shout out to him and Julius Mahama because they doing their thing.
Yes, shout out to them.
Yeah, and and Andrew right though. We gotta stop. We gotta stop buying to that stuff. They up here, they telling us what to think. Like the first black this, the first black that, and you powerless. You are powerless people. You don't control no resources like that. Clark Anderson said. So it's just a hype that make you feel good. That feel good medicine. And I don't do that shit no more. I'm a man. I'm straight up. Like you gonna respect. Yeah, you gonna respect us.
Exactly.
We don't even have to. My thing is, I'm into a point. I don't even say black-owned businesses. I'm black-owned, so support the business. Make sure Make sure it's quality, because all black people, let's be honest, all of us don't practice quality and customer service like anybody else too. So yeah, we got to change our mindset.
Like anybody else.
Yeah, and then the same thing too about reparations. I know we're gonna touch on that on another one. Black people, get a real game plan together, get a blueprint together, because just yelling something is. That don't work no more. And them people like y'all just talking, you know what I'm saying? But it's good this brother did this. There was an act that needed to happen. Melanated Monday, what's up? It had to happen because it's long overdue. And I say we not condoning any violence. Like, hey, it is what it is. But like you said, in war, it happened. Casualty happened in war. And this brother don't care. This brother had his head up to them. The cops like, I don't give a shit. Like, I know y'all might even take me out of here, but I'm the first of my kind to make this thing happen. And I had to avenge my son, how he felt. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going through a man's mind, especially a black man got a son. Because I got two sons, I'd be snapping too, probably. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
and I'll say this. I disagree with and I think we talked about this before, with holding these rich, quote unquote, black elites accountable. I'm not
pull
doing
up a comment by Melanated Monday. Sorry about that. Okay.
No, you're fine. You'll pull it up. I'm not doing no such thing, because here's the thing. Like, they were vetted. Just talk about Martin Luther King. Like, these people are vetted. You have pastors that are vetted. Like, they don't mean any harm. Like, you vet somebody and you groom somebody. I'm not impressed by them. If somebody has to tell you, like, you have all this money, you just writing stuff off on dumb stuff, I'm not. Who I will hold accountable are the ones that are connected with the UEOA, that are connected with me and people I care about. Because if I had millions of dollars, first of all, you wouldn't know about it, but I'd be making moves to where our community would be set, and not just giving out money, but giving out resources and information and knowledge and education. That's what's needed. So no, I don't give a damn what Oprah and Beyonce and Jay-Z, I don't care what they're doing. They have been vetted. That is a game that I'm not playing. So now,
I
where are the black
Go ahead.
wealthy
Where the
people
black?
that are invested in our black communities? They're out there.
It's
They just want to
us.
know
It's
something's
the
real.
ones.
It
It's
is
not
a
even. It's not even the wealthy people. It's the people. We have to educate the people who are buying $1,000 Beyonce tickets. We have to connect with the black people who are buying $2,000 Gucci belts and Chanel purses and $36,000 Birkin bags and stuff because they are
and you come home
lost.
and your damn gas,
That's why I
Because
said
your,
we
we
your
don't
gas
need
practice.
is
rich
off.
people. We just need to stop investing. We need to get with black people who are working every day just to go buy something to feel like they're included in white society and telling them you don't need these trinkets to feel like you're something. We
Exactly.
have enough money to do stuff, but we are being misled. This is why they won't educate our children. We have to have our own
Yeah.
study groups in
And
our
plus,
communities. We have
and
to have a reason for our black boys to live. They don't have a reason to live, and this is why the government sits back. They don't burn crosses in our yards no more. They don't lynch us no more. They give us guns and misinformation, and they let us do the lynching among each other.
hey, I like what Melanie Monday said. What's up, Queen? That's my people. We keep becoming casualties of war because we are not properly geared at any level to fight back. I agree with that. We're not, like I said, we need to be training every day or every other day. Get with gun clubs and learn martial arts, even how to use a knife and all that stuff. You know what
Our
I'm saying?
people know how to use
But
guns. I
they
think
do.
that
They
every
do. I'm
time we
saying
turn
like,
around, we wearing it. Our people need to have a reason to live and understand.
yeah,
Just like we were saying, understand you are worth something. Like y'all were just saying, it ain't no first black. They're trying to be the first something, and when they ain't the first, just like look at the NFL the draft. If you feel like the NFL ain't pick you, even though you're just as good, you're not picked by the NFL, then next thing you know, that black boy is not playing sports anymore. He's in the neighborhood looking for a job. What we have to do is unlock the value in our people because we know how to shoot. They got guns, they got
mm,
weapons, we got money. Like you said,
mm.
we have to have a clear mind. We have to unlock the value in the black man's mind once again. To
I like what
understand the respect, and just like we say, stop saying the NIGG word because it's a
exactly.
spell.
Exactly. That's
We are
another
under a spell, and we
that
have to break that spell. It's a mentality.
yeah, shout out to Brooklyn Traditions because that was a good one here on the interview. And
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna stop saying that, y'all, for real. For those who don't want to stop saying it, I don't want to be around you. Melanie Monday did make a point. At this point, we're not being misled. We're
We are
choosing to
being
be
misled. This is
we,
why they keep fighting in the government not
well,
to educate what Black history. This is why they're taking
yeah.
away. And if you don't know who you are, and all you see is videos with unaliving each other, and then the audience is the young people, and then the moms are at work all the time. We are purposely being misled because our people don't know their history.
Exactly. I'm
Our
saying, but
people don't understand that. We are purposely being mentally programmed.
and that's what I'm saying. I get the point. She said we choose to be led because the thing is this now going back, and this is going back to another thing we gotta stop doing. Like I told y'all, we gotta when you having children, man, and I made mistakes. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm a saint because I can speak from experience. If I could start over again, I would have did it totally different. That's why I
That's
teach
what
my
I'm
kids.
saying.
Yeah, that's why I teach my kids like
But
don't.
you 50, you probably not saying 50, I'm 50.
Yeah, I'm
But we
50. I'll be
older
yeah.
now, and they
Yeah,
not letting our black boys get to a point where they understand their children
eh,
now. We're just learning this at this
yeah,
age. So look at what we left behind.
exactly. That's why
That's the
we
problem.
And that's why the nonprofit, that's why when we talk to these boys, we break it down to them like, listen, Pat, because the thing is, one thing I learned too, you can mentor these brothers and sisters, but my friend of mine, he was talking about this because they got a nonprofit here in Atlanta, him and his wife. He said, all the people I help, all the kids I help, the reality is they go back home to that single mother, who don't have a man
Exactly.
around and stuff. And that's what hurting the community because these fathers need to step up too. Like you have children by these women, even if you want to be with that woman, you got to be in your child's life or it's going to keep
It's a
continuing on and on and on. That is
it's
what it
like a
is.
drug. It's worse
Yeah.
than crack. They have when you give them this, we have no safe haven. This is why we are turning the land into what we are doing with UEOA. The point of UEOA is to get with other people who got land and have safe spaces. Because if we can bring, it has been proven, if you can bring some of these people out of these communities and put them in a place where they're not influenced, then you can make changes. But it's hard to make a change when the drug is right there all the time in front of you. When you turn around, it's on your radio, it's in your face, it's down the block. I mean, we have to have places where we can pull our people out of this white society and separate ourselves. That's really the whole point of separation.
And that's why we have to support one another and network and share
Yes.
information that we come across. Because, like, a shout out to you, D Mays. You know, you're in Atlanta. You do nonprofit, you know, ventures with the Black community, with the Black boy, young Black men. So there are plenty of people that do that. We have to stop saying, you know, well, that's why Black people can't do this and can't do that. We just
Yes,
don't
you're
highlight
doing
those
it.
things, but it's everywhere. It is everywhere, you know, and it's just who you connect with, you know, and promote. And it's just that
Yep.
simple because it's needed. So I think we can all agree. I don't care how old you are as parents. There are so many things I wish I could have done different. Like, I'm thinking to myself, well, I
All of us
fucked up there, kind of fucked up. But you know, but it doesn't mean my children are grown. But I can still impart into the youth, somebody's youth, impart into parents that are taking care of their youth. Hey sis, you know, you probably shouldn't be listening to ratchet ass music. And then wondering why your child keeps saying the ratchet things they say.
Exactly.
You should have your
Thank
children.
you.
We gonna have to, like I said before, we're gonna have to answer Amy and interrupt you, so I won't forget.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying,
No, that's
we gotta
all.
get,
That's what I'm saying. No, that's all. Go ahead.
yeah, we gotta get rid of the N word. We gotta get rid of the calling ourselves the B and the H's. We gotta stop that. Black women, stop calling yourself I'm a bad B and all that crap, and stop embracing this hood mentality. Been there, believe me, I did everything. So nobody can't say to me, I did it all. So the music is a bad thing. Even back in our time in the 80s and 90s when we were pushing that gangster rap, that was bad. That messed up the culture. So we're not just gonna put it on the younger generation, we're gonna put it on our generation too.
Exactly.
You gotta call everybody out. The Snoop Dogg walking out with black women on dog leashes, that was disrespectful. You know, we up here, you know, tear the club up and all that crap. That's stupid. I remember I was in the club, we actually after the food, we got to fighting because we love to hear that tear the club up shit, man. That was stupid. Like we up here beating up black people because of the song. Like that stuff get in your head, it get in your spirit. I seen it, I did it, I let my plane.
I love what Melanated Monday said, and that's what we're gonna take on. I would, if you don't mind, we can use that phrase, collective accountability. I love
it. Hell yeah.
I love it. And that's really what I'm saying in so many words. We have to have collective accountability.
And let me say this too, y'all. Us getting rid of the N word. Watch how many of your family and your friends gonna resent that. They gonna like, hell no. You know, that's nothing good. You don't hear no other group. You don't hear no Jews calling themselves the kites. You don't hear no Hispanic calling themselves wetbacks. You don't hear a white person call themselves crackers. So I don't want to hear that. Black people always try to make. Let me tell you, this is how I look at when we say the word. We all said it. When you say something like that, even Umar had to say. Even Umar made a good point. It make you sound weak, like you can't. You're not disciplined enough to not to say it because you thinking you taking something and own it, but you don't own jack.
No,
you don't
you're
own a damn
hurt.
Yeah,
you're owning hurt.
And even when when the other groups say it, when they say it, like they say it like in a disrespectful kind of way. Like if you have a Hispanics, like Mexicans, you know that my wetback cousin, it's not a term of endearment. It is in disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and they will get on to you if you say wetback. They will get on to you if you say slick eyes for the Asian. But yet they'll sit around and say the N-word all day. So we have to have collective accountability, and I love it.
And you ever wonder?
New word, that's the new phrase going forward.
Exactly. You ever wonder though? They will never. You can get on YouTube. You can get on TikTok. Pretty much, you can get on any platform and say the N word. Now, if you say the ER, they probably say something to you, but you can't say. You can say that one with the NIAA.
You can't even say crackers. That's why I used to have the saltine packs and do it, because I used to get flagged on YouTube, and it was just amazing to me. Like, I can't say cracker, but we can say the N-word all day long and sing it because we have allowed the disrespect.
Because nobody respect black people, and that's a straight up fact.
And when because black people don't respect themselves. But what we want to do is take what we want to do is when we get the campground together, The vision is to be able to take some of these boys and some of these adults with them and start going back and forth up that mountain and doing mentoring,
Facts. And the
pulling them
girls
out.
too.
Because a lot of these young boys and people, they go to the beach, but a lot of them have not seen anything but destruction, so they accept destruction. They ain't seen nothing but guns, death, and sex, and so they accept it. We have to show them there is another way of life, because where we're at, we all done admitted that we've made mistakes. The problem is they are not allowing our kids to grow up to our age where they can say, dang, I was thinking stupid, because we did stupid stuff because we had a younger mind.
And
And
another
when
thing
I
too.
tell people
Yeah.
we have to give the young people the benefit of the doubt, what was we thinking when they were that young? We have to get them to our age so that they can pass this on, because right now they're young and dumb.
Yeah. Another
And
thing
that's
too,
what
black
when
people.
who was the Melanated Monday said, and that I think that's the point. It's a different time right now when she said at this point we're not being misled, we're choosing to be led. I think at some point that is true because there's so much information at our hands, and it's not a respect of persons. They're not just giving information to white
But
people
it's
or
not, but you
Jews.
could say that, but our people don't know what to look up. They look up videos, they look up guns, they look up the next outfit, they look up the next concert to go to. Yes, it's there, but like they used to give us books as black people a long time ago, but they made sure we didn't know how to read them.
Right
Yeah, and how
now,
you raised too, man. That's why I said going back to rebuilding that black family, you're gonna have to find somebody that really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you need, if you're looking for a woman and a woman looking for a man, y'all need to kind of probably have the same background. I'm not saying you can't meet nobody who didn't have both parents, but if you can find somebody that have both parents and both of y'all got same interests, that's good for the community. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, you gonna have some black people you got some black people doing well, doing good for themselves, but they're the ones that practice individualism. Like, I'm not worrying about them jokers over there. I got
You
my
just got to
shit
get
over
with
here.
somebody that has the same mindset, that want better. It don't matter
Exactly.
and
what
Yeah.
that's what
And
I'm
build a
background
saying.
they
Because
come
that's
community.
from, because
because
there's a
right
lot of
now,
people with two-parent households that is sitting in jail that done did stuff.
Yeah,
The
that's
whole
true.
point is
Yeah.
when you get with somebody, you got to get with somebody who got the same ambitions and want the same
Facts,
thing as
facts.
you. That
And
I'm not going to hurt you, you're not going to hurt me, and I don't want to see us hurt our children.
exactly. And one thing I tell people, any woman I deal with, I tell them, listen, are you for the community? Like, you got to be. That's one about. But I respect the Asian community. People say what they want about the Asians. They have the less divorce rates. Plus, I know they got issues too. But I'm saying these people live by a hardcore code. You know what I'm saying? Why they running everything. That's why they going and buying up Africa and places
Yes.
like that. Because they got a code of conduct and they stick by it. And you ain't finna. You ain't. That's why they holding off. That's why Trump and America is scared of China, because China's a superpower and they need China to get on board with this tariff thing, because we need China. And any white person to tell you, if we don't get China, we screwed. And China know that. And China took 50 years to build their power, and that's what black people need to
But
learn.
what we don't even really need China, we need Africa, because everything China got comes from Africa.
That's true, but
comes from Africa.
the economics says
We
power.
did, but what we would, yeah, but their
But China,
economics is, they're robbing Africa, and we saying
exactly.
we
But
need
Africa need to
them.
take back
And
resources,
that's what
because
you were saying. What his name is again?
Burkina Faso, the Torre
Burkina
and
Faso and
Julius Mahema, yeah,
yeah, and
that's a
Julia
bit.
and EFF. Those are the people. Africa needs to wake up, because we cannot keep working every day, sending our resources to Africa when Africa is sending all their resources to China and allowing China to come in there and then telling us feed the children over there. No, every
Yeah,
black person needs collective accountability, like Melanated Monday say. Africa needs to take accountability. We need to take accountability, because China would
Jamaica,
not be
Haiti,
anything
yeah,
without Africa.
exactly. And I think it's in the right motion. Long as they don't try to take that brother out, but I think that'll be catastrophic if they do that, because he got too much support over there. And shout out to them brothers, because they're the
The
ones we talking
fear,
about. Mhm.
the fear with back to Rodney Hinton Jr. The fear that black people have is that we scared to do something because we scared they're gonna unalive us. But as
Exactly.
you can see, they're unaliving us anyway. And then you see this black man, he's there and he did it, and he did what he did, and he's still alive. So we
That
need to
part.
drop the fear, educate
Exactly.
our minds, and stand for something, because we falling for anything.
And I
And I
can't wait
land
till the
my
trial.
plane.
Yeah, I know we about to get up out of here, but I tell you, I hope I'm gonna see what that trial. Well, it's gonna be a while for that, because the
Yeah.
Mellow thing gonna come out
We
before
just
this.
need to
But
have a
yeah, anyway,
plan.
People
that's
We
looking
need to
for,
have a
I
yeah.
think he
plan.
has a gold fund to send me, like the other black guy. I
Yeah, they
mean,
had
like
cut
the
one of them.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, like what's his name? Um what is his name? Anthony Carmelo Anthony.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying, right now, 2025 has showed us a lot. White people showed their hand, and there's a few black
Fact.
people that done got the spirit of the ancestors, and we're not. We're stepping back up. The white people cannot take no more from us than what they already taken. So black people stop fearing everything, and it's
Fact.
time to stand up for each other and take accountability and start teaching each other and start calling each other out for the dumb BS we do. Like y'all said, if he was in the car with somebody, we need to watch the company we keep, because all black people ain't good black people, just like all white people ain't.
Facts.
And you know what? We should stop asking. I think we should take a different approach when we're talking about, you know, how we feel about the black community and what we're doing for the black community, you know, because people can say whatever. You have, I don't, you know, y'all know I don't like to do a name dropping thing or whatever. And there's no intent here. But you have your Tariq Nasheed, you have your Vicky Dillards. You know, if you all don't know them, that's not the point. The point is they're controversial. But in their head, they might be saying, I'm doing this for the black community. So the question should be, what does your
Nah,
blackness?
you can't put Tariq
No,
Nasheed in
let
the
me tell
same
you why.
category as
Well,
Vicky.
let
Because
me tell you
Tariq
why.
Nasheed done
No,
educated a
no.
lot of black folks with his documentaries. He done put money in stuff. He done did a lot. Vicky ain't did nothing but
God
sell.
today. God
Let
today.
me tell you why. This is why. Because somebody's rocking with that. Somebody is rocking with what's his name? Al Sharpton and them. Somebody is still rocking with them. So the question should be, what does your blackness mean to you? So it doesn't matter what it is, you know, and if you don't see the value in yourself, in your melanin, in your greatness, then you kind of lack value for the community as a whole. If you can't look in the mirror and say that this skin I'm in is beautiful, it's great, this hair, this kinky, curly, whatever hair is beautiful, whatever it is, then what kind of asset are you really to the community as a whole? And that applies to us because you see other groups sticking together, that does not mean they like each other. Doesn't mean they don't call each other names and shit. That just means they understand the game and the
Survival.
system. And I'll land my plane with that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this before I go. Yeah, I mean, you're right. My thing is, black people just, you know what you gotta do. Like I said, unfortunately, everybody's not gonna make it. And if anybody think they're gonna be black unity, that's never gonna happen. Only a selected group of black people gonna come together. That's a fact. We never been a monolith. That's just a fact. Like I said, yeah, and it's just, you know, and don't get caught so much in social media too. Let's get the facts of everything to y'all. What I've been learning being off for a couple of days. Just, you know, breathing, you know, clearing your mind on stuff. We get caught up into a lot of stuff, you know, but make sure we get the facts on stuff. But yeah, I respect this brother. But what he did, I knew it was
And
gonna
every
happen
time y'all
eventually.
mad,
I knew it was
every
gonna
time
happen.
y'all mad in your feelings,
Yeah,
y'all should
get out
go
your
to a
feelings too, and make sure you have
UEOA and
yeah.
donate. Yeah, every time you mad, you should donate to a UEOA.
Facts.
Because put your money where your mouth is. Donate, because we have land. Shout out to Queen Tina, Queen Kathy B. They purchased land on behalf of the UEOA and their families. So go ahead and donate every time you mad, so you can see results if you're not going to be boots on the ground locally to make global change.
Actions speak louder than words, man. And that being
Yeah,
said,
let's build together, because we're gonna come out with our next phase. We're working, we got some stuff working in the background, and we coming out with our next phase. But as we said, each one teach one, start having patience with each other, stop condoning the dumb shit with each other, start teaching your kids, start valuing yourselves, and stop being scared of this white supremacist world, because they're losing, and their system is coming down, and we have to take off the shades to see it. And I land my plane.
exactly. And this is, I say this, and I'll be done. Like, and you're right, white supremacy is falling, but Chinese would be the second to come up into power. It's always gonna be somebody to take the mantle, but black people, we got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Clarence said, this is a rat race. It's a rat race, and everybody know how to play this up. But we really ain't got that much time, so we're gonna have to, like I said, we're gonna have to get it on it quick, like what the UOA doing. You got to do something because, like I say, actions speak louder than words. A lot of us talking out here. A lot of us, let's be honest, some of us in here just trying to get clicks and views and money. So a lot of these YouTubers, black YouTubers, I get it. It's a business for some of y'all, but are you really for the people or you just talking?
Or you just want that check so you
Yeah,
can
because a
get
lot of people I
robbed
just don't
until
listen
you
to no
die.
more because I can just see it.
Me
It's
too.
bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, get with the UEOA. I'm out.
And what UEOA is about nation building. We're not trying to change anybody else's nation, organization, or whatever. We just are wanting to link up with like-minded organizations so that we can create safe spaces and educational spaces to upbuild our people. Because if we don't do nothing now, we won't have a future. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.